Okay, and we are live.
Okay.
So I was
Don't worry
gonna
yet. Never mind.
no problem. I was gonna say let me check something.
Oh yeah.
What thing?
So Yong, you forgot to give me a professional intro. So I guess today I can only intro you based on
Oh,
what
it's okay.
I have perceived.
You just call me your good friend. Just call me your good friend, Ken, already.
I know what to say then.
What are you gonna say?
Later then you will hear lor.
Oh, really, huh?
Yeah.
Let me check. All right, we are live.
We are live.
Okay. Oh, wow, Axel Ching. Good
Oh
evening.
wow! Oh my God! You're super on time.
And
Oh my
we
gosh!
have
Hello,
Doug.
Doug from Columbus.
Yeah, we were just gonna say, right? So shout out wherever you're calling in, whichever part of the world you're from. And Doug has very kindly dialed in all the way from Columbus, Ohio. Greetings from Singapore, Doug.
And it's very, very exciting. Oh my God, Jamie is here. Hello, Jamie.
Yeah,
God, it's
and
so
we
exciting.
have Axel on time. Yes,
Hello,
on time,
Axel.
bro.
Axel is the first to report.
And Jamie from Sydney, Australia, right? I remember
So
he's from
exciting.
Australia.
Sydney
Was it
is
Sydney?
10 o'clock now.
Yeah, so thank you very much for joining us. And we have
What's
ST
the
from
time
South
at?
Africa.
What's the time at South Africa? Who is somebody?
This is
Is it
ST.
Emo?
Then we
Is
have
it Emo?
Zephyr
Okay, Zephyr, hi.
and shout out to Ang Mo Kio.
Okay. Shout out from
Ang Mo-
whichever part of Singapore or whichever part of the world that you are. Jamie from Sydney. Love you too, dog. Thank you so much. You've been very loving.
Yeah. So today, Rainy, this is your very first edition, right?
Oh, right. Yeah. So I need to do a welcome.
Hard Talk.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Hard Talk
So we're not
Live.
going to do a speech, but we're going to do a very lighthearted, very casual conversation because I don't like to be scripted. So welcome everybody. Today is our very first debut for Hard Talk Live online. And here with me, my very good friend, who I just know like earlier this year. And other than being a good friend, yes, only less than 1 year. Other than being a very good friend of mine, he called himself the Horizon Chaser. You know why? Because professionally, he is a pilot who fly aeroplane, commercial. And he wears many hats. He's also a facilitator. He does training as well, and he does consulting work as well. So he's passionate with my mission, and therefore he's always very supportive when it comes to Hard Talk Initiative. Thank you. So, and everybody, thank you for joining me here. This is an extension of my Hard Talk meetup. I've been doing the meetup for the last 1.5 years, and we usually meet face to face. But sometimes due to COVID, like all of you experience, sometimes we'll get on Zoom and it's a private event. So this is an extension of it, and I do this because I'm kind of like inspired. Suddenly, one fine day, I have it when I was dancing my Zumba. Then I suddenly have this flashes of image of Oprah. Do you know Oprah and her show? I think it's called Soul Sunday. Was it? So suddenly, just that just show that vision just show, and I'm kind of like reminded that hey, I want to be a positive influencer with positive message. I want to spread my message. So that was how it started. So this is an extension of it, and we are going to start very soon. Thank you.
And Rini, I think like Jamie mentioned, you mentioned congratulations, right? I think this is
Thank you,
congratulations for
Jamie.
winning the gold, right? Not silver, not
Thank
bronze, but
you.
winning the
Thank you.
gold for relationship coaching in the recent coaching awards. So that's like the Oscars for coaching, right? And that is
Thank
quite
you
a
so
big
much.
achievement and serves as a very good example of what we're going to talk about today, right? And the topic today is, what's the topic today, Rini?
Passion, from passion to mission. Are you texting me?
Yeah, from passion to mission.
Yeah.
And so how do you even get to this topic, right? What were we talking about that made us think about passion to mission?
Something so passionate about my work. I got so fired up, and you say, "Hey, this is the topic." Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe I also want to hear from our audience today, right? You know, have you
Mm,
found your passion? Are you living your passion? What is your passion? Do you mind typing it? What is your passion?
mm, yeah. What is your passion? Why is it so important? Yeah, definitely huge achievement. Yeah. So why is passion important? Important. I think before we hear from our viewers, right?
Why don't you
I
share
think
first?
I think the thing that I recognized in you was when we speak about connecting with people, you become very fired up. Fired up. Yeah, yeah. You become very fired up. It's like we were talking before the start of today's live. How if I hit just the right button, right? No script is required for you.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
If you hit
yeah,
the right script.
yeah, yeah. You don't need a script. You can just speak really from the heart, and it's very authentic, and it's also very powerful in that sense, right?
Yeah. So I
Yeah.
feel that when we are doing what we are passionate about, we don't really need to script ourselves because it's
Mm,
something that comes from within us.
mm, exactly. So
Yeah.
I think we've got some interesting responses. So uh, Doug's
People.
passion is people. Maybe you could tell us a little bit more about why are you passionate about people, Doug? What aspects of working with people you're passionate about? And
What
for
about the
Wei Fong,
people?
yeah, Wei Fong, her work is a passion. Wow, that's fantastic. I think you believe in a very um, fortunate, very blessed minority of the population for someone who can actually say, my work is my passion. I mean, I
Yeah.
completely feel Wei Fong when she says this because for me, my work is my passion. Whether it's
Ah.
flying planes or developing people generally in whatever manner that I do so. So, Rainy, what's your passion like?
My passion is connecting with people. I always love and feel very fired up when I am able to connect with people heart to heart, and when we get to share something that really matters to us that goes beyond just your work. You know, where you live, how do you spend your leisure days, your leisure
Mm,
time, kind of thing. I love to share about what makes you wake up in the morning. What motivates you, what are some of your setbacks in life, how did you overcome it. This
mm,
kind of conversation just it fills up my heart tank and makes me feel so connected with people, because when this kind of conversation happens, I feel that it's because people are letting go of their mask.
mm,
They don't have to
definitely.
pretend to be that someone who is so perfect.
Mm,
And when all of us let go of our mask, right, it just feels so connected.
mm,
And that's what
yep.
I'm so passionate about. Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you?
I think, I think, I think this is something similar to what Jamie also said. So, his
Yes.
passion is seeing people find their own strengths, transform and achieve their goals. Excellent. Our dear friend, I'm
We
not
have the same
surprised.
passion.
No, excellent football and the Bible. Yeah, both
And
worldly and spiritual.
yeah, and this reminds me. So Excel's passion is football and Bible. The other day, my coach was asking me. So, is it possible for people who are living their passion, but not working, doing what they love? So,
Mm.
which is possible also. I said, oh yeah, because some people may be working for the sake of money, paying the bills, and at the same time, they will keep their passion alive by doing their hobby,
Mm.
like watching
Yep.
football and reading Bibles, just like Excel. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And I think this is probably ST, some privacy setting that
ST?
her name. Yeah, from
Ah,
I think she said she's from South Africa, right? Yeah. So I think it's a
all
privacy
right,
setting that doesn't show the profile name, but she's also
right.
passionate about helping people find easier ways to reach their goals. I love solving problems.
Gosh,
And
everybody needs you.
yeah, from Doug earlier when he said he's passionate about people. So what he likes is to find ways to build each other up, right?
And hold on, Doc. I'm curious. I really want to know how do you help people to build each other's up like on the daily basis? How do you do that? Because I know that sometimes, right, when we talk about mission, people got scared because it's like,
Mm,
oh, I have to do something that is really big. But I feel that my experience with you, the daily engagement that we had online, I feel that you have been doing that day in day out. And on
mm,
top of what I have experienced about you, can you share with me how have you been helping people to build each other's up? Thank you.
mm. And Zephyr has a few passions.
Oh
So music,
wow.
nature, love, people. Yep. And this is from ST earlier. Uh, unraveling mistaken ideas. Actually, helping people reframe their situations, I guess. And also, she likes to walk, walk, walk.
Me too.
Yeah, you like doing that too, right? I think. Oh, I
Oh,
think. I
Zapier
think.
also like to walk.
Did I?
We
Did
have a
I?
few people who loves to go for
Yeah,
hike.
I think. I think we have some new viewers here because Zephyr mentions Ben. So I think Ben is also in the house, but his
No, I
name is
don't
not
think
showing up.
so. I don't think so. Bente is not here.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay. I also like walking, body's natural way to detox. So I think for many of us, we recognize when we are passionate about something, right? I think
Eh,
so far all the
ST
view.
is Bente.
Oh, is it?
ST is Bente, not South Africa. Hello.
Oh, sorry,
Thank you,
sorry.
Bente.
Thanks,
All right.
yeah, thanks for clarifying. And oh, Karen has also joined the
Oh, this
show.
is Karen.
Yeah, Karen Tiong.
Help people see their passion. Oh wow,
Yeah.
we have quite a few coaches here. Jamie is also a
Mm.
coach.
And see, Bente
Awesome.
is in the house. He's in the
All right,
building.
welcome. Thank you. Oh, such an honor. All right, let's go
Yeah.
back to our first question. Why is passion important?
Yeah. So from our viewers, right? So why is it important? So many of them have shared already what they're passionate about. Right? But
Yeah,
why do they find it's important?
yeah. And I still remember last time, many years back, when I haven't found my passion, right? I was always so envious with people who seems to be so passionate about what they do, and they don't
Mm,
mind doing long hours, overtime kind of work, and not getting extra pay. And they
mm.
don't have the best thing is that they don't have Monday blue. You
Oh
know,
yeah.
I
I think you
hated
wrote about that,
Monday
right?
blue.
You wrote
Yeah,
about that
I
recently.
hated
Yeah.
Monday blue. It's like I just have to drag myself to work. It feels like I feel so miserable. Although I was paid quite a comfortable salary, my job
Mm,
was not so bad.
mm,
It's not that busy. I can knock off on time. But still, I feel so miserable. It's like something is missing and I had to drag myself to work. So
yeah.
without passion, I feel that I'm working more than I am living. But now that I'm living my passion, I just feel that I am living more than I'm working. Although I actually working hard as well. But it feels like I'm a lot more alive. So this
Mm,
is why passion is important for me. I would like to hear from you guys
mm.
and Sao Yong as well later.
Okay. So yes. Good evening, Karen. Thanks for joining in.
Hi
And
Karen.
I think Jamie says his work gives him a deep feeling of meaning, purpose, and fulfillment. I think if you feel that way, you
Hi Ten.
definitely don't. If you definitely don't feel any Monday blues, right? And
Absolutely.
for Axel, it says keeps you going when you face setbacks.
Mm,
Not feel like a chore
yeah,
and working on it for long hours.
absolutely. Totally agree with
And
that.
Wei Fong, passion is the never-ending fuel that keeps the me fire alive.
Yes.
Yeah. Actually, when I was thinking about passion, right? Generally, passion is from my point of view, it's kind of like passion is a necessary ingredient for um, sustainable relationships or starting a relationship maybe, because when we describe things like work, when we describe things like when we describe the people we have in our lives, right, and when we are passionate about our work, then it talks about our relationship with work. When we talk about passionate about the people in our lives, then it talks about that relationship we have with other people. When it's about our interests, right? So it's like a key component to keep that feeling of being alive, right? And when it's missing, we feel less alive. So, like you say, it's the difference between living and working for a living, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
and so it's almost says passion is the SP. What
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 is
is S
SP?
SP SP special power? I'm guessing passion is the special power.
SP, maybe, oh, maybe it's a special power.
Mm. But there was also a point in my life where, but this was way earlier, and my first real hard lesson with passion was when I was in university, and I was just doing things because that was the right answer. Okay,
Mm.
you study this subject, you go to this university, you come out with this kind of job, you will be happy. That's the safe option. But I didn't feel alive. In fact, there was always that feeling of I think I struggle to imagine myself living that kind of existence every day.
But didn't
Yeah.
you straight away study to be a pilot or something?
No, no. I actually studied chemical engineering
Oh,
in
wow. Interesting.
university. And when I graduated,
Oh,
the only serious job application I did was to become a pilot.
oh, wow.
Yeah.
That brings up. I just feel that because I met quite a number of financial consultant,
Mm,
and when I ask them about their background, right, then some of them will tell me like they have a engineering degree or some other
mm,
degree that is they don't actually need it to do the financial planning job. So sometimes I feel like when it comes to our academic education, right,
mm,
it can be quite a waste as well when we spend maybe four years of university degree and eventually not being able to use it, and simply because we took it because somebody tells us that it's good for us, that is
mm,
future proof. For
mm,
me, I wanted to study psychology, but because of the lack of fund, I was on a
mm,
training program for a bachelor degree. So
mm,
what they have is marketing and e-commerce. But
mm.
of course, eventually it does help as well because now I'm in my own business. It does help to have that foundation.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
yeah, passion,
Okay, so passion is what
spices
spices
in
is
food.
in food. It is the flavor of life. Excel,
Are you
study
hungry?
chemicals to become pilot.
Related.
This one is either ST or band. Do you think there is any difference between passion and mission? Yes, you get to that very shortly. Let's not give the game away. Passion that keeps it going and durable.
I totally
And
agree.
Zephyr,
Yes.
yes. Oh my God, I was heading towards chemical engineering, but you know what?
Oh,
Uh, what works for me may not always work for other people. So it's important to discover. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, and then he dropped out to do music. Awesome. Awesome. That's what he's passionate about.
But you know what? I have not met Zapier before, but somehow from my interaction and engagement with him on LinkedIn, I can feel that this guy is he feels like someone who's very passionate and has a
Mm,
lot of fire in him. So I'm
mm.
excited to meet him for coffee.
Oh, so Zephyr, so that's an invitation on the air. So
Oops.
this Rainy has publicly announced that she's gonna meet you. So no running away.
All right,
So
shall we move to the next question?
sure. So now be a great time with how do we keep the passion alive? So for our viewers tuning in, right? Have there been situations where you felt like the passion in whatever you're doing, whether it's work or whether it's relationship, whether the passion has diminished a little bit? Hmm. We like to hear from you. How do we keep the passion alive?
Yeah,
It,
because
mm,
like for me, right, actually this is very close to my heart. It kind of like happened this year and for
oh,
quite many months actually.
mm,
And Sao Young was the one who say, Rainy, I met you earlier this year and you were so fired up, so passionate,
I
so
remember that.
energetic. And then now I don't see that fire in you. What happened? Remember that you were telling me that?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
Yeah,
remember.
yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Mm,
So I was struggling as well to keep my passion alive. It's like suddenly I just feel very comfortable with where I am. And it just
mm,
feels that whatever that I do is not that important anymore. It's just I just lost that spark, lost that passion. And I was struggling to look for, okay, what could energize me? What could bring back that fire? How can I keep this passion alive? Because the truth is that I still love helping my client, coaching my clients, bringing up the best in them. It's just that without the passion, right, I feel that it become a bit of a dragging the feet kind of thing. Yeah. So
mm,
I had that experience. What about you guys?
mm. So, first thing that Zephyr has said, he's coming.
I'm
Don't worry,
coming.
my friend.
Hello,
Yeah,
this is
so
public, okay?
yeah, it's okay. This is just meeting for coffee. Okay, nothing inappropriate here. Okay, nothing to see here. Okay, so Axel says how you keep the passion alive is remembering why you fell in love with it in the first place. Remembering the joy of doing it.
Yes.
I,
So
I
this
think
is
it.
one way. This is
Mm,
one way, but it doesn't work
mm.
for me for this time.
But you remember what we spoke about? You remember what we spoke about
Don't
when we were
remember.
having
Can
that
you can
conversation?
you remind me?
Okay, I'll come to that in a while.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, the passion
Passion
cannot
cannot.
be just a feeling. Okay, that's a good point. Okay, passion
Very
cannot be
good.
just a feeling. It needs to be a decision too. Keep going even when things are rough.
I totally
Excellent.
agree. Very well said.
Yeah, that actually is a sign of commitment. So it's not just about feeling, right?
Yeah.
Because if we were to do everything in life based on feeling, then
Yeah.
there's no commitment. Then we don't see
Yeah.
things through the end. Because in whatever journey we embark on, in whatever relationship we embark on, right, there will always be ups and downs. There will
Yeah.
always be some challenges. So I think this is an excellent point.
And hold
Um,
on, I want to add on
uh,
something. I remember,
yes.
uh,
Mm,
it's about being professional as well, right? Can you imagine
mm,
like you flying the plane and one fine day you say that, I don't have a passion anymore. I don't feel like flying the plane. Can you imagine what will happen to your passengers, isn't it? So,
uh,
so yeah, it takes a decision that even when it gets tough, you still need to show up. Like there are
definitely.
those the months whereby I feel that I'm losing my spark, I'm losing my passion.
Mm,
I will still show up for my coaching because people paid for it, right? So I will still
mm,
show up and they wouldn't be able to tell that I
mm,
am feeling that I'm losing
mm,
my spark, my
mm.
passion. But the show have to keep going on because it's a decision that we make. So that was a very good point. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
LinkedIn user. You LinkedIn
Yeah.
user. I don't know
It's
who is talking.
this either Ben T or either ST lah.
Yeah,
So
lah. It's very bad, for not being recognized. You gotta change your privacy setting. All right, Jamie. Hold on. What is that? Keep
wait
learning. Wong Fei,
uh,
Wei Fong.
Wei Fong, keep learning to fire the passion alive. Yes, every
Mm,
new thing is an achievement, right? Keeps us curious,
yes.
keeps us interested, keeps the passion alive,
Wow.
and also famous question: Why? Why do
Why?
we do it? Yep. Yep.
The
Why?
why. Why do
Why are
we
we
do what
doing
we
it?
do?
Actually,
Ah,
I remember in our conversation that we had with you, Rainy, right?
ah,
I think one thing that helped you discover the spark was when you because it was this whole period where we had this uncertainty and we couldn't go out and we couldn't meet people. But
yeah,
when you had the opportunity to do so, can see the fire got lit again.
yeah,
Yeah, that's when the spark got ignited again.
yeah.
Yeah, and so plenty of good comments. Chapters in our life have a
Because
life
we have very
cycle.
good audience today.
Yeah, excellent,
Really, really.
excellent audience. Yep. In our life have a life cycle. Sometimes it's natural for passion to fade and rekindle into something new, like a phoenix, right? Reborn from the
Yeah.
ashes. Yeah.
And Jamie, this is so true, because I was telling you that I feel that I'm losing my passion, right? And it was this initiative, this very this initiative about doing a hard talk live show that suddenly kind of like fire me up again. I just feel that my heart is full of fire, and I just feel like, okay, this is time to move. And it doesn't take us very long to get this done. And I'm thankful for having Sao Yong as well, that we just keep each other accountable and say, okay, go and get it done. So yeah, like what you said, it can rekindle into something new. So sometimes when we are losing our passion, maybe it's because we are at the plateau. We are at a plateau, and then we need something, a new adventure, a new initiative that can kind of like flame that spark again, reignite that spark again. So that's so wonderful. Thank you for sharing, Jamie.
And I think Doug also has an excellent point, right? So how we rekindle that spark in you was in knowing that you're not alone, to find like-minded people to help remind you of what's important to you, right?
Yeah. And having people like you guys, people like Doc, people like Excel, Jamie, all of you guys, even Wei Fong as well, all of you guys are a very positive, a very optimistic kind of people. I can always feel your vibes from far, even Japier as well. You guys are very optimistic, and I can feel that you guys are someone who always love to learn and upgrade yourself. So being surrounded by this kind of energy, this kind of vibe, is just so amazing. And the beauty is that we are not down together. Like there are times when I'm down and you guys are up, and you guys is the one that's gonna lift me up. And when I'm up and you guys are down, I'm the one that's gonna lift you up. So it's so amazing that our synergy is enabling everybody to just live up together.
Exactly, right. That's an excellent point you bring up, because like Doug mentioned, no one person can carry the passion alone. And this is from Jewel. He said the Simon Sinek's famous question: Why? Start with why, right? I think it's the title of his very popular book.
That is a must read.
And someone new has joined in. Hi, Mi Yuan. Thanks for joining in. Thanks for tuning in.
Hi, Mi Yuan.
Yeah. Could it be you have outgrown the initial spark and therefore need something else to spark the passion? That's true.
So before that, I didn't realize that. So I just kept searching, and I was kind of like frustrated about it because I don't like the feeling. When I'm not certain about something, right, I don't move as fast. Then it's like I'm kind of like moving sideways, like the stock market. So I move sideways, and I'm not certain of what to do. So I didn't quite like that. So I was kind of like frustrated. What do I need to bring back this fire, to flame it again? So that time I didn't know the answer, but now I found it, that I needed a new project, a new mission, a new goal. So that helps.
And that's why we're doing this, right?
That's why we're doing this. This is our very first debut. So thank you for supporting us. So nice.
Our first live, first hard talk on LinkedIn Live. And thank you very much for the kind compliment, Wei Fong. We have good hosts that attract the good audience.
See, the likes attract.
Yeah, birds of a feather flock together.
Yeah, Jamie. This is what did Jeffrey say?
Zeph, okay, this is
LinkedIn user. This one first. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I get my passion from seeing my clients suddenly get that light bulb moment. Yes. I may not spark, but get a kick from seeing my clients spark. But I think really when we do coaching and we do mentoring, right, this is something that we look for. And I kind of feel that if we don't enjoy this seeing the spark in our clients' eyes, we are kind of in the wrong field then.
I don't think you would have that kind of coaches, right? Would you?
I don't know.
Is there such a coach? because I think most coaches they went into the industry because they are drawn by being able to contribute, being able to like lift people up. So there's passion there. Usually they are very passionate people. I mean, we have a few coaches here. I'm sure they will say yes.
Yeah, definitely. So for the coaches who are watching, right, would you say that is a requirement to be a coach, to want to see the spark in your client's eyes light up, and in turn that will also maybe ignite the spark in you, feed the passion in you?
Actually, it goes both ways, Sao Yong, because I remember right, even on the months that I feel like my fire is dimming soon, right? Every time when I go for my coaching session, right after the coaching session, I feel a top up again. It comes back to me. The energy comes back to me. Seeing that light bulb moment, seeing that enlightenment, it just fills me up again. So it's a two-way thing, and I think that's what amazing.
Yeah, and I think Karen has a very interesting point. So Karen says that her passion was ignited by a stranger. So if you could share with us how it was ignited by a stranger, Karen, that would be wonderful, so everyone can learn.
Yeah, we would love to hear the story. And can we go back to Zephyr?
Zephyr, this one on
No,
I feel
Zephyr was talking about, but I do feel we will have some core preference.
core
What is that about?
preferences. Yeah. What do you mean by
What's that
core
about?
preferences? I think I can roughly guess what Zephyr is talking about, right? So so like in the strengths coaching that I do, we start with the premise that all of us have unique strengths, right? Unique
Absolutely.
areas where we don't need to put in so much effort, that we are good at, that we will naturally develop talent in, that we also have an interest in, right? So I suppose this is something that similar to what he's talking about, core preferences, because it's a function of both personality, our life experiences, and also the kind of results that we've achieved in our lives.
Yeah.
And so if you were to say core preference, what would your core preference be, Irene?
So for me, right, the way I relate to the way I relate to this message from Zephyr is the value system. I always feel that our value system is what guiding us in our behavior. So at times when we are not in alignment with our value, we are doing things that is off our value, which is our core preferences, which is what are important to us, then it can make us like kind of like off track.
Yep.
So yeah, the core preference to me is more about the core value systems. And the strengths as well. You have your natural innate strengths as well. Yeah.
He follows up with something from all these good juju and energy.
Juju.
May I ask something on the air since you're here and take a chance at something? Sure,
Zephyr,
go ahead, ask away. Whether we answer,
here, right?
whether we answer or not is another thing.
It's so bad, are you? Okay.
So this is Jamie's point. I think this goes back to the point raised by Axel earlier about commitment, right?
Yes.
So it's not really dependent on the client's energy, but yes, it's the gift of connection. The gift of seeing how we are able to transform or contribute to someone's life.
Yeah. And when Jamie see the spark, it is like a free gift. I totally agree with that. Yeah. That's amazing.
And this is I mean, if our missions evolve, we will still go back to our old passions and visit them often, even if they are not tied into our new missions.
For example, can you elaborate?
Could you give us an example? Oh, and Doug, thank you very much for tuning in, Doug.
No worries. I think it's late by now. Thank you so much, Doc. Happy to see you tonight.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And this is, I agree, Rainy. One needs to be aligned, else it's so conflicting, right? Yeah. If there's no alignment between, I think it was even in our previous life we talked about alignment, the importance of alignment between what we say, what we do, and what we feel.
Yeah. And at the same time, for me, when I think about alignment, or in other words, is congruency, to be congruent, I think about being alignment with my value, being in alignment with my purpose, being in alignment with my passion, and being in alignment with my authentic best self. So all this to me is what is required to feel totally in alignment and on the path that feels like this is meant for me. This is my path. It may sound a bit complicated to you, but this is something that can only be experienced. So for someone that if you have not experienced that total alignment, it is kind of like difficult to understand that literally on the head. Yeah. But if you were to talk about people who are who have found this total alignment, you will hear exactly the same story from them.
I think that's an excellent point, right? Because when we talk about alignment, generally, what I've noticed in my own life, or even in the people that I coach, right? When we have long episodes or long periods of of distress, sometimes it results from a lack of alignment. Yeah. Then which goes back to understanding who we are, our values. So if I were to say like, how do we keep the passion alive? I would say knowing the values that we want to stand for is very important. So it's because it's
Yeah.
not just about what we feel, whether we feel interested or we feel passionate about something, but what are the values that are going to guide our actions?
Yeah. So Jamie knows what I'm talking about because he say I agree 100% with Rainy. So I'm sure that you can say that because you have found that total alignment with yourself. So a lot of people are still searching for this, but sometimes with a bit of help from a guide or mentor or coach, it does helps to speed up the process. And I think we have a few answers for this question about how do we keep the passion alive.
Mm,
Like what you mentioned about the value,
mm,
and also the value and having the decision, and as well as for some of you guys are saying about having a new adventure, a new initiatives, for example. So these are some of the things that can help to keep the passion alive. And I think we also mentioned about the people. The
mm,
people is so important. When I'm surrounded, and I'm really blessed. I'm really thankful that having developed myself, because I come from that someone who's I only have one positive friend back then, only one, and
oh,
literally it's only one. Yeah, that was so
mm,
bad. That was how bad I
mm,
was, right? I don't
mm,
have many friends. I only have one positive friends, and
mm,
then now I have so many. I'm surrounded with really great people, really nice people, and I feel that it's important to have these people around us because it does helps to keep our passion alive. When we
mm.
are down and anything like that, there are affirmations coming to us and say, "You're good at what you do. Keep it going," and all these things. It just kind of lift you up. So this is what works for me. What about you guys? What about Sao Yong?
I think you just described the essential component of helping keep passion alive, and that's having a supportive community,
Yeah,
right? It's why you even started Hard Talk, right? It's to build a
yeah,
supportive community, to build to have like-minded people come together, build each other up, lift each other up when we are down. And yeah, that's so important. So it's like values. It's like so things that are important to keep passion alive: values, supportive community, looking for the next stage of growth or development. And so I have to welcome someone. Rose
who is
Manuel,
that?
welcome
Oh,
for joining
hi.
us. Yeah.
Hi,
So
Rosmena.
so she is someone that I know to be very passionate about education, passionate about writing, and it's
Wow.
because of our shared passion in developing other people. That's why we also connected and we also started writing stuff together. So thank you for
Yeah.
joining us tonight, Rose.
Oh, right. The poetry book that you mentioned
Yeah,
is
the
Rose
poetry
Manuel.
book. Yeah.
Got it.
And so Zephyr, if I was doing so, this is his description of his journey of on passion, right? So he's doing music before, so now his new mission is mindfulness coaching,
Oh, wow.
overarching theme of his life. So now he also speaks of alignment, and he says he still go back and do music just for fun time and again. So that is speaking about his own personal preferences, right? How we all have our own passion projects, passion hobbies. And when I think of Rose, passion is writing is a passion, right? So yeah, this is an excellent example.
Hold on, I have something to add on for Zephyr.
Ah,
Zephyr, you say you love music and you were doing music before. And then now you said your new mission is mindfulness coaching. I'm kind of like a greedy person. So to me, I don't like to choose. If I can get both, I will get both, right? So just at the back of my mind, I'm thinking like, hey, it's such a gift that you have the gift of music. And then now you
mm,
decided to do mindfulness coaching. I think there would be a way to kind of like complement use the music to complement this mindfulness coaching that really lift up your clients, your people, the people that you coach.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's like finding an intersection between two seemingly disparate domains, right? And then coming
Yeah,
up with something unique. Maybe using music as part
yeah,
of the mindfulness
yeah.
coaching, like you say.
Absolutely. I would
Yeah,
kind of like love that. I would love that because I'm a music person. I super love music. So
you like dancing. I
to
make you
me,
dance
to
more
me,
next time.
it and the thing is this because Zephyr, everything that we do in the past is like our assets, we get
Mm,
wiser, we get smarter, is our gift. So now when we start to do a new mission, for example, all this can actually be transferred. There are something that can be transferred, and because we transfer it, it become a new unique combination that is special to us. There is no one Zephyr that is the exact duplicate in this whole world. So I think
mm.
the key is really to find how can you make yourself so unique and so different and so outstanding that every time when people think about this mindfulness things, is all about you.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm done.
Oh, that's excellent point. And we have quite a number of interesting comments, right? Wow,
Hmm,
so difficult to pick a good. I mean, all are good. Right? So just if I go through, I don't know whether we run out of time. So, new question: if there's something that I can do all day, and this is for everyone, if there's something that I can do all day and enjoy doing without getting paid, even, would you say that's my passion or mission or career? I'm so confused
passion,
about this topic.
passion.
It starts with passion, but if you
No.
can make income out of it, it becomes a career. Is that it?
Oh, I love that. You are good,
Yeah.
man. No wonder you're my buddy.
So if you say it's something that you're interested in, that's your passion. If you can make money out of it, it becomes your career. And then so
And when it
later,
goes beyond who you are, it became
yeah,
a passion.
no, you let the cat out of the bag. That's the third one, but never mind.
Ah, okay, okay.
It's
Sorry, I
okay.
got too excited and carried away, Paise.
Yeah, Rini very passionate. And
No, I'm
yeah,
just a
so
bit hyped up today.
yeah, Jamie,
Jamie.
when our strengths are engaged and we are connected with the right people and a feeling that runs through our whole life. Compassion for the past. That's true. We need to be
Yes.
compassionate and self-accepting of the past. Happiness now and hope for the future.
This is goal. Jamie,
Yeah,
thank you.
go
This is
right.
goal.
Thank you for that. Let's
Compassion for the
go.
past, happiness now, hope for the future. I love it. Thank you so much. This is Jem.
Yep. And this is from Rose, I think.
Who
Cause
who are you?
no no
Rose, is it?
no. I'm checking my other device so I can also see. So it's very funny. On
Oh
stream, yeah, I
dear.
can't
Oh, it's
see.
difficult. Yeah, it's
Yeah, but
difficult for
never
you.
mind. It's okay. Maricel, welcome.
Thank
Welcome,
you,
Maricel.
Maricel.
Be with positive
Actually,
people.
she's having another meeting. Do you know that?
Ayo, you go and bao to her. Huh? You go and tell.
She's already here. What do you?
Oh,
You already showing your comment. What?
oh. Thank you for tuning in, Marisol. And I remember that one meeting I had with Marisol. She's also a very passionate person, very
Oh,
committed,
you
very
met her.
driven. Yeah, she's that author, a very famous author. Wrote a
Ah,
few books. Remember? Yeah.
wow,
I met
wow,
her at a hard
awesome.
talk. Yeah.
No, that one is Maribel. Hello,
Oh,
Maribel
the Maribel.
Colmenares, not Maribel
Oh,
Alvarado.
oh, sorry. I'm so sorry, Maricel. Yeah, case of mistaken identity. My bad.
Maricel is
Sorry.
new.
Oh,
First
that's
time
that.
joining us.
Okay.
But she's equally very passionate lady and very driven as well. I have not met her
Yeah.
yet, but she's very driven. Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. Slap myself.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Who must go? This has been fantastic. Somebody need to go. ST.
ST,
Thank you,
ST.
ST.
Thank you for joining us, ST.
Thank you for joining us, ST.
Let's see. And
Okay, do we want to do the last question because
sure. Actually, we are going
we only
into
left 15 minutes?
the last lap now.
Mm,
So, which you already touched on a little bit, right?
mm. Yeah.
How do we turn passion into mission?
So I've been talking a lot tonight. Why not you start this first?
Oh, you're
You
asking
can
the
answer
audience,
this
right?
first. You, Sao Young. Sao Young can answer first. While we are getting the answers from the audience, Sao Young can start sharing first.
I would say okay, I think there were some very good comments earlier, right? So let me combine them into a holistic answer. So earlier I think okay, so to touch on Axel's comment, I think career may or may not have to do with passion.
Yes.
I think that's a valid
I
point
agree.
for many people. That's a valid point for many people.
Yeah.
But to rewind earlier, I think Winnie, you mentioned something earlier about intention. And when we talk about intention from a coaching perspective, we talk about intentional living, a life by design, where
Yeah.
our authentic best self, right, where we try to bring out our authentic best selves in whatever we do. I think ideally we aspire to have our passions align with our
Yeah.
career, which is
Yeah.
how we support our living through income and and earning a living, right?
Yeah.
And the whole Japanese concept of ikigai,
Yeah.
and how we will ultimately turn this passion into a career, into a mission,
Yeah.
would be, I think it's as simple as finding like-minded people who have the same kind of vision, similar values, and supporting each other. Because if you were to use the word mission, when we
Yeah.
talk about mission, right? Mission, generally, no mission is completed by just one person. I mean,
Absolutely.
we use this term "man on a mission." Yes, the man has a mission, right? Or woman. I mean, the original term is "man on a mission," right? But ultimately, at some point, we have to recruit people. We have to collaborate with others, because if we want to be that force of positive change, where we want to be that change that we see in the world, we can't do it alone. So
Yeah.
I would say an essential component of turning passion into a mission requires community,
So what I
requires
hear from
collaboration.
you,
Mm,
so what I hear from you is really about getting people to come together and accomplish that mission and achieve that mission together, right, Sao Yong?
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
And I think I want to add on top of that, right, which is so I'm totally agree with that. And on top of that, how do we turn our passion into mission is also by going beyond ourselves. Like,
Mm.
okay,
Yes.
let's say
Yeah.
we have this thing that is serving us. So for example, I said my passion, so just to quote my example, my passion is I love connecting with people. I love to have a heart talk with people because it light me up. That is my passion. But that is about me, right? So
Mm,
if I want to turn it into a mission, it's really about how can I serve people? How can, by doing certain thing, right, it is serving not just me but also go beyond me. It's serving other people as well. So to take an example, that was how I started Heart Talk. I started because I am passionate about having a quality conversation, having a safe space with people,
mm,
where we are non-judgmental, where when we have a lot of empathy and what is that, non-judgmental empathy, and we are just sharing from our heart,
yeah.
genuinely,
Authenticity. Yeah.
authentically.
Yeah.
Yeah, authenticity. We celebrate that, and that was the passion. And then it turned into a mission whereby I say, hey, let's help more people to have this kind of conversation, to have this kind of experience. Because what I found out is that a lot of people do not have this kind of environment. They do not have this kind of experience to be able to just be heard, to be able
Mm,
to just express what's true inside their heart, and that
mm,
become a mission.
mm,
And
mm,
along the way, as I keep on sharing about this mission, right, I
mm,
started to have people who come to me and say, yes, Rainy, I'm aligned with you, let's do it. And one
mm.
of the person who I must shout out tonight is a very good friend of mine, which you know, the name is,
Jack.
yes, his name
Lilin.
is Jack Ng.
Hey, Jack
So
Ng.
his name is
Jack
Jack
Ng.
Ng.
Are you on
His name
LinkedIn
is,
yet? Yeah.
he's not
No,
on
sorry.
LinkedIn. So Jack, I really have to give a shout out to him because from the first day that I started Hard Talk until now, there was
Mm,
not a single time that he missed out the event. And I'm so grateful and so touched. And it's just that commitment to keep showing up, right?
mm,
The host have to show up. Even when I'm not feeling the passion, I have to show up. Even
mm,
when I feel tired, I have to show up. But he doesn't have to show up, but he just keeps showing up every time. And this is a mission that he saw my mission and he feel aligned and he jumped in and say, let's do this together. And this is how we turn it into a mission. We are going to share why we're doing this, and people is going to come and join our mission. That's how it become
Yeah, I think
passion to mission. Yeah.
this recording, right, we are going to cut out that part just for Jack. Then send to him and say, see, because you're not on LinkedIn, we have to send
Yeah.
it to you separately.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yes, I think that's a very powerful acknowledgement of the beauty of collaboration, the beauty of having a support network. And like Maricel mentions also, passion turns into mission when we inspire and support each other. Yes, takes time to build. Yep. Motivation is the initial tool to get things going to achieve a certain mission.
Yep.
And
Absolutely, Maricel. That's very wise.
Excel also adds another layer of nuance, right?
Yeah.
It depends. Sometimes it depends on whether the passion can be beneficial to others. Some passion is just for enjoyment's sake. May not necessarily lend itself to become a mission, but if you can find something that can positively impact people, so the mission can become imparting it to others or doing it with other people. I think one thing I can roughly guess is Axel does magic or used to do magic, and he does it for charity. He does it for the elderly and does it for children. I think that could be also viewed like some form of mission, I guess.
Oh wow,
And
awesome.
yeah. So yeah, so those are the kind of missions that need not necessarily be a career, right?
Yep.
And
Yep.
this point on servant leadership,
Servant leadership.
I'm just gonna check the other device to see where this came from. Okay. Oh, yeah, can't see. Never mind. But servant leadership, yes, because it's more than just serving ourselves. When you say it's going
Yeah.
about going beyond serving ourselves.
Yes.
And for Jamie, it's more than a goal. It's an intention. It comes from a spiritual furnace. Wow, that's a beautiful metaphor, right? Spiritual furnace that
Are
burns
you
deep
my
inside.
soul buddy?
Yeah, yeah. And a goal is it's just a vehicle, right? Ultimately, the goal is just a vehicle. So I also believe that not be too fixated on certain goals and certain outcomes, because ultimately it's about values. It's about connecting and including others and joining with something bigger than ourselves.
Yes.
Yeah. So I see. Oh,
Oh, Jack. Jack is not here.
yeah, yeah.
Uh,
So what are some essential steps that we can take towards turning passion into the mission? Some ways. What are some ways?
yeah, our audience haven't really answered this, right? Only we are the one that answered this question, right?
Yeah, perhaps those who are tuning in, you can share with us how have
I think
you.
Jamie, you would. Oh,
Yeah, Jamie. Why don't you ask me? Yeah.
yeah. I think Jamie, I think you have an experience. Is this as in this as well? Maybe you can share a bit of your story as well.
Yeah. Because Jamie's also a coach, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
So it'd
and
be
he
interesting.
seems the vibe seems just right. And I have never talked to him before, but he has been very kind with his words, and you can just feel that when the vibe is positive, is yeah, you can just feel it. Yeah, some
Yeah.
people is like that. You can feel their energy everywhere.
I just found out this is from Rose. Yeah, this is
Rose,
from
Rose
Rose.
Maynard.
Yeah, yeah. I think for from what I can see, how sometimes the simplest solution is what we overlook. I just realized if I were to use Rose's example, she's passionate about writing, right? What she did, she just did it. Nike, just do it. First step, take
Ah,
action, right? So it's like Rainy, you know how we always align. It's like take action. You say we want to do this,
yeah,
within
yeah.
2-3 weeks we do it.
Because guys, it so happened that my personality and Sao Yong's is very close, so we are the action taker type. So we don't spend that much time thinking so much, and that's why we move quite fast. Of course, sometimes when you don't do a very very careful planning, there are times that hiccups happens and mistakes happens. But then again, actually, for I think for me, I feel that to us it's always about the market feedback. It's a learning process, and the faster we fail, the faster we get better at it. Because
Mm,
a lot of time I notice, like even in my clients, right, They are very knowledgeable, very smart people. They read a lot. They love to upgrade their mind. However, there is one issue is kind of like stopping them from creating their results is that they tend to have overthinking that is kind of like paralyze them and slows them down too much. So when we work together, I have to be the one that, hey, it's time to move. Go out there and get your feedback. Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly. The paralysis by analysis, right?
Yeah.
When we think about how are the so many ways things can go wrong. In fact, when we take action, right, really it's never perfect. I mean, when I first started doing all this, I got all these funny equipment issues, then you can hear the way I speak not so smooth. But like you say, it's about getting feedback. It's about getting feedback from people and just learning and getting better than yesterday, right?
Yeah. And even like when I look back, right, to some of the earlier videos that I do, right, I still like, oh my gosh, they're so embarrassing. I can't believe that I'm doing that. But the thing is that, hey, nobody remembers that. And you just keep moving, and over the time you just get good at it. Will you get perfect? Well, as long as you keep learning something new, you keep challenging yourself, I just feel that you will just keep progressing and you will never be perfect, because the moment you're perfect, you're done. You stop moving, you stop growing, because it's done. But our human potential is infinite, right? So we can always keep growing, keep moving, and shine bright. Yeah.
And perfection is a concept that also doesn't exist, right? What we think is perfect may not necessarily be what the community thinks is perfect, may not necessarily be what our clients think is perfect. And you'll see, we got positive feedback from our viewers. Turn into a spiritual talk. I wouldn't say necessarily spiritual, but I think it's very human. It's a very human need, the things that we speak about today. And the pandemic has actually made us realize that some of these very important things we miss, because there's so many disruptions to our routine, so many disruptions to our plans for the future, that sometimes it causes a loss of that spark a little bit in what we do.
And which is why we are doing this, right? To feel connected with one another, to speak about what really matters to us, and just let go of our masks and just be ourselves.
Yeah, exactly. And so this point by Jamie I really like. There's only one life that we live, right? So we strive to make it real, to know ourselves, find the best in ourselves and others, and ultimately to contribute back to the world. Make a positive change in the world. Yeah. That's beautiful.
This is goal. Thank you, Jamie.
Yeah, this is goal too. Thank you very much, Jamie. We appreciate
Thank you so much.
feedback.
Really, I feel it's very heartwarming to know to have people like you guys joining our conversation and really speak from our heart. It's just so energizing for me. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks, Jamie. And Wei Fong, passion automatically turns mission impossible become possible. That's a very lovely tagline.
Yeah, I agree. The thing is that Wei Fong, at times when you are still in that process, like maybe just imagine like you're growing into the bamboo, right? During that first 5 years, you're seeing nothing, and that process, when you see nothing, you hear nothing, where is my success? Where is the fruits of my labor? You see nothing, but you just work so hard, right? There are times whereby you just started to feel like, is this right for me? Are you on track? Are you doing the right thing? Should you give up? That sort of thing. So for a lot of people, the reason why they give up is because they cannot persist during that silent period whereby they are still planting the seeds, and the seeds are still growing and growing roots, building its foundation. Because it's easy for us to sustain ourselves when we are already seeing the success. But I find out that the real challenge is when we are not seeing anything happening, that we just keep working and planting the seeds, and where is the fruits? I think it is a very big challenge for a lot of people.
Yeah, and especially when they're alone, it's not only silent. You don't hear anything, but you don't see anyone. So it's like ultimately it goes back to the mission of Heart Talk, right? Number one is so that we don't feel alone. You want that
Actually,
sense of
it's not
connection.
silent, Sao Yong. it's worth. There is the devil's voice that's come here and say, give up,
Cannot
give
make
up,
it.
give up,
Give
give
up, give
up. You
up.
can't
Yeah.
make it. This is not for you. Give up, give up. Oh my God. Shut up.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So we need positive
All right.
voices to drown that out. And
Yeah.
this one, I really like this saying. I'll translate for those viewers who don't speak or read Chinese. So Axel says, 没有最好，只有更好. That means there is no best, only better. This is according to a Taiwanese mentor. I really like that saying. So thanks for sharing that, Axel. And for Zephyr, is it just me or does this feel like a wonderful spiritual gathering? Thank you for that. Thank you for that. If it truly touched your heart, that's all we aim to do tonight. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody said, I think Rose Manuel said we are hilarious, is it?
Let me check. I think so. I think
I
should be
think
her.
so. But
Yeah.
Xiaoyong, it's 9 already. We need to keep to our
Oh
promise. We finish
yeah.
at 9. So let's wrap it up.
Okay. So let's wrap up. So Rainy, what are the 3 things that you want to share with our audience today for turning passion into mission?
Well, to be honest, I can only tell you that, just by having this conversation with you guys are keeping my passion alive. You guys just top up my heart tank, and my heart feels so full with each heart talk that I have. And thank you so much for sharing your opinion, sharing your thought process, your experience. It really allows me to learn from all of your wisdom. And this is such a gem. Thank you so much. And I hope to see you again on the next Heart Talk session. I have another one planned in 2 weeks' time. I will update you guys. Thank you so much. Appreciate. Xiaoyang, any last word?
In closing, I shall say that it's been a real joy being part of your first Heart Talk on LinkedIn Live. Connect with to all our viewers. Thank you very much for all the wonderful, lovely comments. You gave us so much food for thought, and it really helped ignite the passion within me again. And so do connect with us. Connect with LinkedIn on LinkedIn with Rainy and me.
Send
And we will.
us invites if you have not connected.
Yeah, if you haven't connected, please connect with us and keep
bring
the.
more of your friends. Join us if you like this.
Yeah, definitely. And we'll see you
Thank
around.
you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you
And
very much. Bye
good
bye.
night, everybody. Thank you
Have a good
again.
evening wherever you
Bye
are. Bye
bye.
bye.
Wherever you are. Thank you. Bye bye.